Women who suffer from cardiac arrest outside of a hospital are less likely than men to receive life-saving CPR from bystanders. This is especially true for Black and Latino women. Be the one in your family to help change this statistic by taking the American Heart Association's challenge to learn CPR. Be the beat for someone you love. You can make a difference when it matters most. Go to heart.org today to take the CPR challenge and save lives.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tara Lee, Executive Director of Your American Heart Association on Long Island. I want to welcome you to American Heart Month and National Wear Red Day. For the past few decades, American Heart Month and Go Red for Women has focused on empowering women to take control of their health by prioritizing their heart health, adopting a healthy lifestyle, knowing their numbers, and speaking with their doctor. While this remains the case, a few months ago, we decided on a special theme for Heart Month 2023, Be the Beat by learning CPR. And then earlier this year on January 2nd, when Buffalo Bills player Damar Hamlin experienced cardiac arrest and received CPR on live television, CPR and AED entered the national conversation. Now, more than ever, is the time to learn CPR. That's why the American Heart Association is asking all Americans to be the beat by taking the CPR challenge today. As you'll hear in just a few minutes, learning CPR can double or even triple a victim's chance of survival. Our goal for this Heart Month is to have at least one person from every family, office, friend group know this life-saving skill. So thank you very much for taking time to celebrate American Heart Month and National Wear Red Day with us. I encourage each of you to please support the mission of the American Heart Association by learning CPR and making a donation to help us advance our mission, research and science. Now, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Pilar Stevens-Haynes from Mount Sinai, South Nassau.
My name is Dr. Pilar Stevens-Haynes. I am the Director of Cardiac Imaging at Mount Sinai, South Nassau, where I've been for the past 10 years. A cardiac arrest is a total stop on the heart. It's the complete absence of electrical activity. And so the heart essentially just stops beating. That's the most common term that I can say. So the main goal of CPR is to do what the heart does normally for us when the heart stops beating. And that's to ensure that all of the organs in the body are getting enough blood flow or oxygen. And so the main goal is to try to pump the heart back into beating and to generate enough blood flow so that your brain receives oxygen, the rest of your organs receive oxygen, and to really minimize any organ damage. And that's the main goal of CPR. So an AED, what it does is it stands for automatic external defibrillator, and it has the ability to generate or to deliver a shock to the heart. And so what it does is it can analyze a rhythm for you and tell you if the rhythm that it's recognizing is a shockable rhythm or not a shockable rhythm. And if it is a shockable rhythm, it can actually deliver that shock to the heart to kind of shock it into beating normal again. And so it works in conjunction with manual CPR to get the heart and the cardiovascular system going again. So a heart attack is a very specific type of heart injury, usually refers to a blood clot or a rupture of plaque that completely blocks blood flow to one or more arteries in the heart. Cardiac arrest is the complete absence of cardiac activity. It's usually referred to in terms of an electrical or conduction system, and the heart stops beating. And so that's the main difference between the two. We have this saying in cardiology where time is muscle or time is myocardium. And so the best and most effective way of treating an out-of-hospital cardiac arrest is immediate CPR. Going right up to the person, feeling for a pulse and emergently performing your resuscitation or your heart pumps, because you really want to be able to deliver effective blood flow to the rest of the organs, in particular the brain, which is one of the most sensitive organs to low oxygen. So what are the main causes of cardiac arrest? A cardiac arrest is a big heart attack or a big cardiac event. The second most common causes are cardiac arrhythmias, which is an electrical problem. So we usually divide problems with the heart into plumbing issues or electrical issues. The plumbing issues are heart attacks, blockages, clots, and electrical is the heart conduction, or the way the heart beats. And so that whole second class of how the heart beats, sometimes funny things happen when there's areas of scar, when there's areas of muscle injury, myocarditis or inflammation, which can cause an inflammatory response, which can make people a little bit more prone to arrhythmias. So number one, number two, heart attacks are a big cause of cardiac arrest, and then electrical issues. It's so important because over 70% of cardiac arrests happen outside of the hospital, outside of any physician, nurses, EMTs. They occur at home most of the time, out in public places, malls, football fields, sports arenas. And so that's about 90% of events. And we said earlier that time is muscle. And any time that the body is without oxygen, without the heart beating, you're losing oxygen to vital organs, including your brain. And so if you're waiting, or if you see something happen and we wait for emergency services, there can be as a 5-minute delay to a 15, 20-minute delay. And unfortunately, that's the reason why most cardiac events that happen outside of a hospital do not survive. Up to 90% do not survive. And so we'd like to advocate for CPR and AEDs because we know that we can increase your survival rate up to 3-fold with immediate CPR. And that change is really determining if a rhythm is shockable or not, and delivering effective CPR, good flow to all of the organs, is really life-saving. So AEDs on top of CPR have improved survival rate up to 2- and 3-fold. And the reason is because a lot of rhythms are shockable. And if you can deliver that shock and restore normal rhythm, then your blood flow to your organs improves and goes back to normal without having to do the CPR. And so that's the importance of AEDs. They've made them simple to the point where you can actually just turn them on and place the pads on the patient, and the computer analyzes the rhythm for you, basically tells you that it's a shockable rhythm and asks you if you want to deliver the shock or not, and you press the button and it delivers it for you. So there really is no special training that needs to happen. You don't need to wait for physicians or nursing staff to do so. It's important to know where they're located in each building because, again, time is muscle, time is blood flow to the brain. So it's nice that we have these devices, but you need to know where they are so that you're not wasting time in the middle of an emergency situation trying to find out where the AED was, where the last time you saw it was, and having someone go get it. So if you know where the AED is, for example, in a sports game, a lot of times the trainers are charged with having that AED with them on the bench. It's right there. We know where it is. Okay, we're going to somewhere else. We're at a visiting institution. Where's your AED? Just so that you have it. So when you need it, it literally takes seconds instead of minutes to hook it up and to see what's going on. Because those seconds to minutes could really be the difference between a good outcome, like we've seen in the past, most recent past, and a poor outcome. So please stay with us. Stay tuned. We're going to show a short video on CPR.